Hello, Taylor. This will be your video portion of your online lesson for today, and today is January 17th, if you're watching this back and wondering what this is. Okay, so I'll just start at the top of your lesson plan and kind of work my way down, make sure everything gets hit. Anything that isn't in this video, just check your lesson plan for notes on that. So we'll just go top of your lesson plan. We have C sharp minor. So the key signature, melodic minor. Okay, so the key signature for C sharp minor, as we know, same as Moonlight Sonata, it's 4 sharps: F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. So let's just review that really quick. So we'll start with our right hand, and as you know, the fingers for this are very strange. They're not what we're used to, but that's because we're starting on a black note, which is also not what we're used to. So for right hand, we have F sharp, C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. So let's just look at the natural minor version of the scale to kind of get our head in that time signature. So in right hand, we start finger 2. We go 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. Let's do all three in the right hand. Let's do harmonic now. That B is going to become B sharp. Careful you don't think in your mind it is C. You're right, it is C, but remember we want to have one of each note. So we already have a C sharp. That means we don't need another one. So this note here has to be called B sharp. So here we go. This is harmonic minor. Here we go. Finger 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 on B sharp, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 on B sharp, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, big stretch, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and finish on 3, 2. Melodic now. So B is going to become B sharp, A is going to become A sharp. So it's a little funky, this one. I mean, they're all kind of funky for C sharp minor because it's a weird key. So here we go, melodic. Here we go, finger 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. What? I'm sorry, I played it right, but I was saying the wrong fingers. Let's try that one again, and I'll pay more attention to what I'm saying. Finger 2 on C sharp, here we go. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh, what am I saying? It's 1, 3. That's what threw me. 2, 1. We're changing the order. 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Okay, let's do left hand. It's still weird, but it's a little bit less weird in the left hand. So let's just, again, get into it with the natural minor. So here we go, left hand. 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Harmonic now. B becomes B sharp. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1 on B sharp, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and now melodic. Here we go. Finger 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. Flip all the way down. 2, 3, 4. Oh, what am I saying? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1 to B, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. I don't know why I can't say the right numbers, but there we go. So let's look at the triads now. We'll do broken and solid in each hand. Let's start right hand. So our triad notes for C sharp minor. First note of the scale was C sharp, third note was E, and the fifth note was G sharp. So that's our triad. So just a quick reminder, in root position, it's 1, 3, 5 in both hands. First inversion, right hand uses finger 2. Second inversion, it'll be left hand using finger 2, right hand's back to 3, and then at the top, back to 1, 3, 5. So if we were doing them at the same time, this would be 1, 3, 5 in both hands, right hand using finger 2, left hand using finger 2, and back to 1, 3, 5. So let's do one hand at a time. Here we go. Right hand solid. Here we go. Finger 2 on this one, back to 3, and 3 again at the top. Go down now. Here comes finger 2, and finger 3 at the bottom. Let's do broken now in right hand. Here we go. 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 5, 3, 1, 5, 3, 1, 5, 2, 1, 5, 3, 1. Left hand. Here we go. I'll start down here so you can see it a bit better. So here we go. The left hand finger is 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. Now 1, 2, 5, and 1, 3, 5. Go back down now. 1, 2, 5, back to 3, and 3 at the bottom. Broken now. Here we go. 5, 3, 1, 5, 3, 1, 5, 2, 1, 5, 3, 1, 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. And if you feel really ambitious, go ahead and try it quicker. There for a sec. And same thing in right hand if you want to. You don't have to do it that quick, and clearly I can't do it that quick either. But if you feel like increasing the tempo for extra practice, never a bad idea. Okay, let's look at Go Down Moses, because I feel like we should finish that one up. It's taken enough of your brain space. I think we should finish that. So let me see here. Page 70. Okay, 70 and 71. Okay, so let's look at this. It says, keep this as a warm-up. Oh, keep this as a warm-up, and if you wish to start learning the next song, go for it. So this will be, let's call this our last hurrah, if you will, on Go Down Moses. I'm going to play it on my end. Your mission, practice on this song over the week until I see you next time, is to practice playing along with me, and if you can't the first time, work up to it over the week. So here is Go Down Moses. I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then our first left hand E is on beat 4. So let me just do that as an example so it makes sense and you know when to come in. So I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So hopefully that makes sense. That's a little quick though. We'll go a bit slower than that. So get your hands ready. Pause if you need to grab the book, and we'll do Go Down Moses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully that went okay for you. If you had any troubles with this, go ahead. You know how on YouTube, right down here in the little settings icon, you can slow down the video if you need to, or just play it slower on your own and then work up that speed and try and play along with me at this speed. So now let's flip the page. We'll look at Zoom Gali Gali, and we're learning the flat, but a big surprise here. You already know the flat because you have some quite advanced songs you're working on. So a quick reminder, a flat is a symbol we have in music. That means we play whatever note that flat is attached to 1/2 step lower. The two places where it gets a little finicky is F flat, which is the same thing as E, and C flat, which is the same thing as B. And we saw that just now. Same thing on the reverse with our C sharp minor scale. It's a little funky when B becomes B sharp and when E becomes E sharp. So it's this two, I guess you can't see that. It's this two little zones here where we have two white notes in a row that it's not too tricky, you just have to be aware of it. So let's just review the rules of accidental. So if you have a flat or a sharp in one measure, if you see that note repeated again, it's still going to follow the rules of the flat or the sharp. It's when you go over the measure line and you're into a new bar, that's when it's like a reset button. So then you have to either look for another flat or sharp, or if you don't see them, you know that note goes back to normal. So I'm going to play, well, I don't want to give away the answers to. I'll play one line of Zoom Gally Gally so you can hear it here. And we are in 2/4 time, which, no, I'm not going to tell you. Think about it and tell me next week, how do we count in 2/4 time? I'll give you multiple choice. I'm not super mean. I'll give you multiple choice. So it's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So those are your multiple choice. Tell me how we're going to count this next lesson. So Zoom Gally Gally sounds like this. Just now that I said I was going to play line 1 for you, so I can't give away the rest of it. I already played about half of it. So your mission over this week is not, I personally think this one's a little bit easier than Go Down Moses, so if you feel like you'd like to try the whole thing, go for it. That's awesome. If not, let's try half. So that would be 3 lines. So that'd be the end of line 2 on measure 73. Let's make that your goal on this for next time. 1 book done. Grab your theory book, please. And, oh, perfect. So we're on 52 and 53 in these books. I think. Yes, we are. Okay. Okay, and on 52 here, I think, is this new? Yes. Please do 52 in the first question of 53. Okay, so on 52 here, I'll just shout out the answers, and if there's anything you need to go over, anything that didn't quite make sense, just let me know and we'll go over it next lesson. So the natural sign, it's like a Control-Alt-Delete. It cancels out a sharp or a flat. It's like, no, get out of here. So draw a line from each note on the staff to the correct key on the keyboard. You can just show me yours like this next time. I'm sure you didn't have any troubles with that, but if there's anything that didn't make sense, make sure to ask me. And then a natural can be written on a line or a space. Trace these naturals that are in a space. Trace the ones that are on the line. I'm sure you had no troubles with that either. It's just practice drawing them. Okay, and there are only 2 sharp notes for measures 1 to 3. Make each measure only have by 1 sharp by adding a natural. So in the first measure, the natural sign should be on the last note. In the second measure, it should also be on the last note. Okay, well, it's on the last note for all of them. Look at that. So measure 1, 2, and 3 at the bottom here. You should have a natural sign on the last note of each of the first 3 measures. And you can tell me on the 4th measure if you need a sharp or if you need a natural or if it would already be naturaled. Okay, now on page 53, scan the melody below, noticing sharps, flats, and natural, then sight read at a slow tempo, remember a steady beat. So, I will play these for you here, and you can sight read along with me. Just like always, if anything, okay, this doesn't want to stay open. Just like always, if anything does not make sense, make sure you make a note of it and remember to ask me next time. So here is, I'll do the first one here. I'll count 1, 2, 3, and then we're in. Actually, I'll count 1 and 2 and 3 and, because if you see, we have 8th notes here, so that's how we need to count this one. So here's the first one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Let's do the second one now. We're in the bass clef, so we're starting on a C, and we're in 4/4 time this time. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I realized I played that a little bit quick, so if you were like, whoa, through that one, that's my fault. I should have played that slower. So go ahead, rewind if you need to play that at a slower tempo. Change the speed. Sorry, I played that way too fast. But okay, and here is C. We're also in 4/4 time for this, and I'll go a bit more slow for this one because I was too quick. All right, so C, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. ears, and I still count when I'm sight reading. So it is not a skill that you ever don't need. As long as you're playing piano, counting and sight reading is going to be essential to you. Okay, so now I'm going to play the examples at the bottom here. So for each one, it's going to be either A or B. The only thing I'm not going to play is the dynamics because they don't really get picked up super well on Zoom on a recording like this. So this is number 1. It's either going to be A or B. Just focus on the notes. I'm not doing dynamics because you won't hear them. So number 1, tell me if it's A or B. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, so have your answer ready in your mind. Say it with me on the count of 3. It was A or B. 1, 2, 3. A. Yes, it was. Good job. And if you didn't get A, we'll work on it. Okay, here is number 2. Tell me which one I play. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm going to play that one more time because I flubbed a note just a teeny tiny bit. So here we go. Number 2 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So say A or B with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, A. Yes, it was A. Hopefully that's what you got. Okay, and here is number 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, listen to that one again because the difference between these two is this is the closest one yet, I think. So have a listen. Okay, say it with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, B. Hopefully that's what it was. And here's the last one here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and say on the count of 3 with me. 1, 2, 3, A. I know it seems unfair to B. I did 3 A's and only 1 B, but I figured if I did A, and then I did B, and then the next one would be, that's too obvious. So I had to try and trick you there a little bit. So please let me know how that went for you. If you have any questions, we'll go over them together in your next lesson. And, oh yeah, you can do this. So on page 54, where we've already kind of learned this, but it's been a little while, so let's review. Tonic and dominant are the new ideas here, and those are basically just the names we give to different notes within a scale. So tonic always means the first note of the scale, and dominant always means the 5th note of the scale. So the song they have us doing a little activity, well, there's a few, but the first one is Ode to Joy, and we are in, just so you know, the key of C major. So for C major, we have no sharps, no flats, so it's really easy to figure out our tonic and dominant. Tonic, automatically know if it's C major, C is my tonic. If it's D major, D is my tonic. If it's A flat major, A flat is my tonic. So it's always just the first note of the scale. And to find your dominant, you just, oh, I'm too low, you can't see it. So to find your 5th note of the scale, you just have to count out. So you include the note you count on. So you count C is 1, D is 2, 3, 4, 5, and our tonic, or I'm sorry, our dominant would be G. So you can use that with any note, or any scale that exists in the world, and you can find tonic and dominant. Tonic is 1, dominant is 5. Excellent. So now write the tonic and dominant in the bass clef for each measure, and this is important. Here are the hints to guide you. If the right hand is mostly scale steps 1, 3, and 5, use the tonic, and if it's mostly 2, 4, and 5, use the dominant. So Ode to Joy, like I said, it's in C major. That means 1 is C, so 1, 3, 5 is C, E, G. 2, 4, 5, did I say 1, 4, 5? So 1, 3, 5 is C, E, G. 2, 4, 5 is D, F, G. So on this first example, they already kind of give you the first example here. It's C to start because we have 3, 3, 4, 5. So that averages out. We would want a tonic there. In the next measure, we have 5, 4, 3, 2. Now that's kind of tricky because you have 2 from each category, but this one would most well fit the dominant. So the first measure we have tonic, and then we go dominant. And that's the only answer I'm giving you, because there's not a lot on this page, and if I give you more answers, you won't have anything to do. So there you go. Tonic they give you. The second answer is dominant in this, the second measure right here. You are to complete these next two, see what sounds better, look for the scale 2, 4, 5 or 1, 3, 5. Finish this page for next week. Okay, so that's it for the video portion of your lesson. Everything else, just check your online lesson plan where everything usually is. I'll put notes, comments, everything you need to work on in there. Have an awesome week. I hope I'm not sure if you're busy or if you're not feeling well, but if you're busy, I hope you're having fun. If you're not feeling well, I hope you feel better right away. Happy practicing, and I'll see you next week. Bye.